Which Royal Caribbean class is really better? Royal Caribbean now has two completely different megaship experiences, the Oasis class and the Icon class. And honestly, a lot of people are asking the same question right now. Is the Icon really worth the extra money? Because Oasis class ships are still some of the most popular cruise ships in the world. And for many cruisers, they actually prefer Oasis. So today, we're doing the ultimate comparison. Not just which one is bigger, but which one feels better. Which one feels more crowded. Which one has better entertainment, better food, better pools, better neighborhoods, better adult-only areas. And most importantly, which one is right for your vacation style? Because trust me, these ships may look similar online, but on board, they feel completely different. Hi, I'm Jason with Cruises It. Let's get started. The very first thing you notice on board is the atmosphere. Oasis class feels like a floating city. Everything is separated into neighborhoods. Central Park with trees, restaurants like Park Cafe and Chops Grill, and live music at night. The boardwalk with the carousel, Aqua Theater, Johnny Rockets, playmakers, and family energy everywhere. The Royal Promenade, packed with bars like Schooner Bar, cafes, pizza spots, shopping, and late night parties. Everything feels distinct. Now, Icon class, it feels more like a luxury mega resort. Everything flows together. The architecture feels more modern, more open, more connected. You have spaces like the Pearl, a massive interactive architectural centerpiece connecting multiple decks together. Then the Aquadome, with restaurants, lounges, panoramic ocean views, and one of the craziest entertainment venues Royal Caribbean has ever built. Oasis feels like a cruise ship with neighborhoods. Icon feels like a futuristic resort floating in the ocean. And honestly, that changes the entire experience on board. Folks, when I started this agency almost 15 years ago, there were actually only 5 classes of ships by Royal Caribbean. Now there's 7, and we have all 7 classes on our channel if you want to check out those ship walkthrough tours. And if you want to book any Royal Caribbean ship, here's what you're going to want to do. You're going to want to give us a call, and there's an excellent reason why. We are less expensive than the cruise line, and we offer additional perks. That's right, and we do this in many different ways, folks. We have group space that we booked years in advance. We give exclusive agency discounts, and Royal Caribbean, because of our volume, actually offers us incentives that we can offer you that you can't get through them. And here is the kicker. Whatever promotions Royal Caribbean is offering, we also offer those too. But in addition, we give discounts, incentives, and exclusive savings. So give us a call and you're going to get the best rate guaranteed. Now, if you want to book online, you can do that as well. If you book online, we're going to give you back more onboard credit than anybody else. And you can book online at cruisesit.com. Now let's talk crowds, because this is one of the biggest surprises. You would think Icon feels more crowded because it carries so many people, but actually, many areas feel less crowded than Oasis, and that's because Royal Caribbean redesigned traffic flow completely. On Oasis ships, certain areas get very busy, especially the Royal Promenade, Windjammer, and pool decks during sea days. Central Park usually stays quieter, especially at night with live jazz and outdoor dining. The boardwalk becomes one of the busiest family areas on board after shows at the Aqua Theater. Now, Icon, the ship was designed differently. Spaces are wider, walkways are more open, pool areas are spread out better. Surfside keeps young families mostly in one dedicated area. The Aquadome spreads entertainment traffic across the back of the ship, and Chill Island separates multiple pools into different sections with their own atmosphere. So despite carrying thousands of guests, Icon often feels calmer and more organized. Oasis feels energetic and busy. Icon feels smoother and more controlled. Now this is where Icon completely changes the game. The pool deck experience. Oasis class has fantastic pool decks. You got the main pool, the beach pool, the sports pool, plus the adults-only solarium with whirlpools and panoramic front ocean views. Splashaway Bay gives families water slides and splash zones for kids. Still one of the best pool setups at sea, but it still feels like a traditional cruise ship top deck. Now Icon, the pools become the main attraction. You have Royal Bay, the largest pool at sea with thousands of loungers surrounding it. Swim and Tonic, the first swim-up bar at sea with in-water seating and DJ music nearby. Hideaway, with the suspended infinity pool hanging over the ocean at the back of the ship. Cloud 17, a quieter, adults-only retreat with upscale loungers and private feeling spaces. Then Surfside, with family splash areas, kids' pools, and restaurants all connected together. But the biggest difference? Each area has its own identity. Different music, different atmosphere, different energy. On Oasis, the pools support the ship. On Icon, the pools are the ship. Now let's talk families, because this might be one of the most important differences of all. Oasis Class has always been incredible for families. The boardwalk alone is packed with family attractions. You got the carousel, the aqua theater, arcades, Playmaker Sports Bar, Johnny Rockets, and open family spaces everywhere. Then, Adventure Ocean gives kids structured programs and activities by age groups. Splashway Bay keeps younger kids entertained for hours. Families love Oasis ships. But Icon was designed almost entirely around modern family travel. And the biggest example of that is Surfside, a full neighborhood specifically built for young families. You've got Splashaway Bay redesigned, family seating areas, Surfside Eatery, kid-friendly bars for parents nearby, plus easy access between pools, food, and activities. Parents can relax while still watching their kids. Everything is connected intentionally. Oasis feels family-friendly, Icon feels family-engineered. That's a massive difference. Now let's talk adrenaline. Oasis Class already has one of the best thrill setups anywhere. Ultimate Abyss, the giant dry slide dropping multiple decks down into the boardwalk. Perfect Storm, 3 twisting water slides above the pool deck. 2 flow riders plus zipline attractions crossing above the boardwalk. Rock climbing walls, sports courts, mini golf. Honestly, for years, this felt unbeatable. But then Icon arrived, and Royal Caribbean basically said, let's build a theme park. Category 6 alone completely changes the experience. 6 giant water slides all together, including Frightening Bolt, the tallest drop slide at sea. Then Crown's Edge takes things even further. Part skywalk, part ropes course, part thrill ride. Literally hanging over the ocean. Thrill Island itself feels like an amusement park built on top of a cruise ship. Oasis thrills feel iconic. Icon thrills feel extreme. Now here's where things get very different depending on your personality. The adult-only experience. Oasis Class focuses mostly on relaxation. The solarium is beautiful. Quiet atmosphere, pools, hot tubs, ocean views. On ships like the Wonder of the Seas, the Solarium Bistro adds lighter breakfast and lunch options nearby. Especially at night, the solarium feels elegant and peaceful. Now, Icon, Royal Caribbean introduced an entirely new adults-only concept, the Hideaway. And honestly, it feels closer to a beach club in Miami or Las Vegas than a cruise ship. Live DJs, infinity pool, ocean views, bars everywhere, multi-level seating areas. Then you have Cloud 17 for relaxation, with quieter pools, upscale loungers, and a calmer luxury atmosphere. So Icon gives adults 2 completely different vibes, relaxation or party atmosphere. Oasis focuses mostly on peaceful escapes. Now let's talk about entertainment. Oasis ships changed cruise entertainment forever with the Aqua Theater. Outdoor diving shows, acrobatics, high dives, water performances under the stars. Watching an Aqua Theater show at night still feels magical. Then you have Broadway productions, ice skating shows, comedy clubs, live music throughout Central Park and the Promenade. Oasis entertainment feels grand and iconic. Now Icon, the Aquadome changes everything. The Aqua Theater is now enclosed inside a giant glass dome, meaning better visuals, massive projection systems, advanced lighting, more immersive effects, and weather almost never interrupts performances. Then you add robotic effects, modern technology, and huge panoramic ocean views during the day. At night, the Aquadome becomes one of the most visually impressive venues at sea. Icon entertainment feels futuristic and cinematic. Oasis entertainment feels classical and theatrical. Now let's talk food. Oasis ships already have amazing complimentary dining. Windjammer, Park Cafe inside Central Park, Sorrento's Pizza, main dining room, El Loco Fresh on mini ships. And the neighborhood setup makes dining feel spread out naturally. You can grab pizza in the promenade, then you can walk into Central Park for quieter cafes and outdoor seating. But Icon feels more modern in almost every way, especially Aquadome Market. This feels more like a luxury food hall than cruise buffet dining. Multiple food stations, modern presentation, large ocean-facing windows, then Surfside Eatery keeps families close to kid areas without leaving the neighborhood. Pearl Cafe adds upscale grab-and-go options near the center of the ship. And overall, food traffic flows feel much smarter on board Icon. Oasis food feels classic cruise ship. Icon food feels modern resort. Now, this is something people don't talk about enough. Oasis ships still look beautiful. Central Park especially still feels timeless, but many indoor areas feel darker and more enclosed compared to Icon, especially inside the promenade. Now, Icon, everything feels brighter, more windows, more open spaces, more ocean visibility. The Pearl alone completely changes how the interior feels. Even elevators, lounges, hallways, bars, and staircases feel more upscale and luxurious. Royal Caribbean clearly designed Icon to feel more premium visually. And honestly, once you sail Icon, you really notice the difference. So here's the real answer. If you want the newest, most futuristic, most family-focused ship Royal Caribbean has ever built, Icon Class wins. But if you want a more classic, mega ship experience, slightly lower prices, Icon neighborhoods like Central Park and the Boardwalk, and one of the best cruise ship designs ever created, Oasis Class is still absolutely incredible. And honestly, this isn't about which class is better, it's about which experience fits you better. Because Oasis Class feels iconic, but Icon feels like the future. And if you're planning your next cruise, give us a call at Cruises It. We'll help you find the perfect ship, the best rates possible, plus extra perks like onboard credit and exclusive offers you usually won't find online. All the information is in the description. I'm Jason with Cruises It, and I'll see you on the next one. Have a wonderful day.